Grief is a profound and disorienting experience that unravels the very fabric of our identity. When loss strikes, it feels as though the world has shifted beneath our feet. Familiar ground dissolves, yet life outside carries on, oblivious to our pain. This silence can be deafening, echoing the absence of what once anchored us. Grief is never just one emotion. It is a storm of sorrow, confusion, rage, guilt, and the quiet collapse of the self we once recognized. Carl Jung saw grief not as a misfortune to be avoided, but as an initiation, a passage life chooses for us, one that forces us to confront the deepest layers of our psyche. For Jung, death was never just an ending, but a symbolic threshold. It breaks open the walls of ordinary consciousness, awakening powerful archetypes that guide the soul through transformation. The structures we depended on, emotional safety, past identities, future hopes crumble, revealing the illusions we once clung to. In that collapse, we fall into an inner abyss. But this darkness is not void. It is fertile ground. Here the psyche begins its silent, sacred work of reformation. Though society urges us to move on or stay strong, Jung warned against bypassing the pain. Real healing arises not from avoidance, but from surrender, by letting sorrow reshape us from the inside out. In a world obsessed with control and predictability, grief delivers a rude awakening. From early on, we're taught to manage outcomes and make plans, believing effort can protect us from chaos. But death disregards our schedules. It arrives uninvited and unmoved by our efforts, exposing how little we truly command. For Jung, this breakdown was not a failure, but a spiritual opening, a moment when the unconscious finally steps forward. In grief, dreams intensify, emotions erupt, and buried memories return. These are not signs of dysfunction, but the psyche's attempt to heal through symbol and meaning. Dreams, especially during grief, become a sacred language. They offer connection, clarity, and even visitations from the departed. Whether as guides, shadows, or figures of comfort, those we've lost may appear with messages the waking mind cannot access. Jung himself experienced this after the death of his wife, Emma. Rather than deny her absence, he engaged with her presence in dreams, allowing her image to evolve into a guide on his inner journey. These dream encounters are not fantasy. They are the soul's way of continuing the bond while integrating the reality of loss. But grief also confronts us with the shadow, the hidden, uncomfortable aspects of ourselves we often suppress. In raw loss, emotions like anger, envy, or guilt surface, and they can feel shameful or inappropriate. Yet Jung taught that the shadow is not the enemy, but a mirror. These feelings reveal our fears, dependencies, and unresolved attachments. To face them is to begin the work of individuation, becoming whole by embracing all that we are, even the parts we'd rather hide. Eventually, the shape of grief begins to shift. The ache remains, but it softens. In its place, space opens for something new, not a return to who we were, but a slow becoming of who we are now. This is psychic rebirth. The self that once existed is gone, but from the ruins, a more honest, grounded presence can emerge, one that honors the love that was lost and carries it forward. For those accompanying someone in grief, presence is the greatest offering. Words may fail, but presence speaks louder. Don't rush to fix the pain. Simply say, "I'm here, tell me what hurts." That is enough, and if you are the one grieving, know that your pain is not weakness. It is love in transformation. You are not broken, you are being revealed. Grief is not the end. It is the threshold to a new life, one shaped by both the loss and the love that remains.